Hello and welcome to your daily lunchtime show where we catch up on current events and headlines. My name is Glenn Rashipura and this is NMH at 1. In incoming news today, the Environment Ministry, in collaboration with the German Development Bank, inaugurated 11 community forest facilities in Kavango East, Zambezi, Kavango West, and Oshadonjupa regions. The facilities were constructed at a cost of 22 million Namibian dollars. And now moving on to our COVID-19 monitor. Let us take a look at COVID-19 data for the health sector in Namibia, as well as the latest quarantine numbers for the country's regions. During the 7 days up to Monday, only one healthcare worker tested positive, and this increased the total number of cases reported in this Fundai group in the Oshana region to 528. Of the 4,350 healthcare workers that tested positive since the start of the pandemic, 99% have recovered. The huge decrease in new cases among health professionals mirrors overall downward trends in new infections. During the past week, the total number of stints spent in quarantine by those suspected of being positive increased to more than 80,000. The past 7-day cycle saw more entries and exits into and from government-approved quarantine facilities, with more than 1,000 individuals listed in these two categories. This Monday alone, 227 people entered quarantine, while 422 were discharged. The detail of this movement is not shown in our map since it has not been released yet. However, by Sunday, numbers for the Kunene, Oshadonjupa, Zambezi, Komas, Erongo, and Karas regions were the same as on the 18th of October. Totals in the Musati and Oshikoto regions decreased over these 6 days, but increased in Omaheke from 308 to 467. Join us every Friday for an overview of the average number of cases reported daily in Namibia and its 35 health districts. And now for our video news. In our first video, the Ministry of Health and Information launched a countrywide roadshow in a bid to encourage Namibians to get vaccinated. The campaign includes a number of high-profile artists, including Big Ben and Tate Buti. Tomorrow, the roadshow takes place in Rundu with performer MIG, and in Otapi with Top Cherry, and in Marienthal on Saturday with Adora.
Get vaccinated. How people Get vaccinated. Out is the corona. Get vaccinated. Yes, please. Get vaccinated. Are you done? Thank you, man.
Next up, the Ministry of Health, in conjunction with a team from the Ministry of Information, mobilized a march in Windhoek, ending at the Havana Fourway, where the official launch for the hashtag Kick COVID-19 Out of Namibia campaign took place. A temporary vaccination site has also been set up at the Fourway, as the committee was there. Moving on to our next story, keeping with the vaccination drive, nursing students and community members in Katima Mulilo carried out a pro-vaccination march in support of the government's mobilization efforts. This clip was contributed.
Can you help the committee? Yes, thank you very much, Chair. Honorable members. The proponent, in this case, Recon Africa, is the one responsible for conducting environmental impact assessment. And as part of the environmental impact assessment process, consultation or public consultation is mandatory. And the company has to submit the list of stakeholders. And the list of stakeholders include traditional authorities. When the documentation or the report was submitted to the ministry, it clearly indicated or indicates those stakeholders that have been consulted. And among those stakeholders, traditional leaders are there, traditional authorities are there, regional councils are there, governors are there. And also, among those 21 public meetings, is not by law, is not the meeting that should be convened by the ministry or by the Environmental Commission.
Moving on to our third video for the day, the Executive Director in the Ministry of Environment, Theophilus Ngaitila, says Canadian oil company Recon Africa consulted stakeholders, including traditional leaders, over its conduct in the Kavango East region. This follows recent questioning by the chairperson of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Natural Resources, Shekera Toureya, over its conduct thus far. Ogonetlache reports.
To unveil our flag with due respect, I hereby officially declare and announce that we now unveil the flag of NMH Senior Primary School.
I'd like to say something. Who wants to say something? Someone there, okay.
Thank you for the Japanese empathy. Thank you all for this new class.
Hello Namibia, this is your favorite girl, Top Cherry What. Are you vaccinated? If yes, a round of applause to you. If not, fear not, because we got you. Top Cherry What will be coming to a village, a town, or somewhere near you very soon to get vaccinated with you. Cool, hey? I know. Please help me so we help the rest of the nation kick out COVID. Top Cherry What? My Namibia, my country, my pride.
And now let's have a look at the front pages of Namibia's dailies. Namibia's Sun reports that the negotiating table with Germany, whose offer of 18.4 billion for the Naman of a Herero genocide is woefully insignificant, says Minister Tom Alwindo. The Republican reports that nearly 7 out of 10 people who recently took part in a survey by the Namibian Statistics Agency, NSA, were unemployed before the third COVID-19 wave hit the country. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that the Namibian Statistics Agency, NSA, published its results of a study after the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic and the measures taken by the government. The report highlights the economic impact on households and families in cities and rural areas. The Namibian reports that in less than a week, about 228 defaulters have reported to the Namibia Student Financial Assistance Fund to repay their debt, as the fund says it has the option to obtain court orders to go after defaulters' assets. In the New Era, it is reported that a youthful parliamentarian, Ina Hengari, has branded the scourge of unemployment as a serious crisis that warrants a declaration of a state of emergency. And now let's have a look at the inside pages. According to MarketWatch, the agricultural industry is the 6th largest industry in the Namibian economy, but it is the biggest employer, employing about 23% of the labor force. On page 3 of the Namibian Sun, there is currently no support available to commercial farmers to deal with human-elephant conflict, yet around 400 elephants occur permanently or frequently on commercial farms. Republican reports that the parents of a 3-year-old boy are suing the health ministry for millions of dollars after he was born with severe brain damage. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that the positive trend in the tourism industry is gaining momentum. The occupancy rate at accommodation establishment in the country was again higher in September than the previous month. The overall occupancy in the third quarter was 19%, which is more than in the previous year, but still significantly less than before the pandemic. The Namibian reports that the Zambian authorities have apologized to the Namibian government following clashes between their traders and members of the Namibian police at the Katima-Mulilo border on Tuesday. In the New Era, it is reported that President Hage Geingob has said that hate speech plants the seeds of disunity, hatred and intolerance, leading to breaking down the fabric of basic human values.
Namibia, this is your favorite girl, Top Cherry What. Are you vaccinated? If yes, a round of applause to you. If not, fear not, because we got you. Top Cherry What will be coming to a village, a town, or somewhere near you very soon to get vaccinated with you. Cool, hey? I know. Please help me so we help the rest of the nation kick out COVID. Top Cherry What? My Namibia, my country, my pride.
And with that, we have reached the end of today's show. From me, Glenna Rashipura, please do join me again tomorrow, same time, same place. But before that, up next, the weather.